Previously on Star Trek Outlaws.
Look,
Roger Maynard. This here's Chloe.
Right.
I'll be back for you in a minute, Chloe.
Stevens, where did Maynard beam down?
The coordinates are inside the palace, sir.
Roger beamed down in the middle of the night. Nobody knows why.
Captain, it's Roger.
Roger, stay with us, buddy. What happened?
Jen and me, we came up to try and stop the twins. Looks like they stopped us.
Stay with us, Roger.
He was a good listener. Just ask anybody.
He's gone, Captain.
And now, Episode 4, The Narcissist Dream.
Let's see, that's 10 points for the most of one color, 10 points for the most of the same suit, 412. Adrian wins.
Again? I don't know why I bother.
Guys, don't be sore losers. This game requires subtlety and finesse. And, well, let's face it, those aren't exactly your strong suits.
If I find out she's been cheating, she's going down. Down, I tell you.
I rest my case.
Everybody, I'd like for you all to meet Robert Onbert. Mr. Onbert's been with us since the Lesser Tenere run last week. He's decided he'll be traveling with us for a little while.
You got no particular place to go, Mr. Onbert?
Hey, call me Robert. Yeah, not normally, no. I ain't got much to keep me in one place. No family to speak of, not a lot of friends. Moving around keeps me off the grid.
You ain't running from the law, are you, Robert?
Let's just say I want to avoid any imperial entanglements.
That sounds familiar. Oh yeah, sounds like everyone else on this ship.
Robert's offered to front us 6 months' operating expenses in exchange for a single excursion.
Sounds dangerous.
Now, why would you say that, Mr. Klein, is it?
Because you're offering a lot of money to do practically nothing. Nobody does that unless it's dangerous.
Well, there's no danger in letting him talk. You guys want to hear him out or not?
Okay. All right.
I have to meet a man called Holgard on Egroth 3. He's got something for sale and I'm willing to pay top credit for it.
There's got to be a catch. This planet, what'd you say, Egroth 3? Is it quarantined? Off limits or something?
That's Egroth, and no, it is no catch, my dear. Well, okay, this item I'm purchasing, may be controversial with the government.
The Empire? Which faction?
Both.
I like it already.
I thought you might. Well, what do you think? Are we in or out?
6 months' expenses, eh?
Yep.
And not particularly dangerous?
Nope.
Why this ship?
This is the only ship that can get me there fast enough. The deal is off at midnight tomorrow.
Well?
Sure, why not?
Aye, sir.
Why not?
All right, then. Mr. Ombert, Robert, you got yourself transportation.
Thank you.
Space. Playground for the rich, battleground for the greedy. An empty wasteland for those who fail to see the possibilities. Full of endless opportunity for those willing to take the risk.
you sure we did the right thing, Brian?
I'm not even sure there was a right thing to do. If we had stayed on Courtier 3, we would have most likely been killed. Of course, we could have had our sons arrested and thrown into prison, but then we would have been labeled as tyrants. And the twins, like it or not, were our heirs. One of them would have still inherited the throne eventually.
I miss them. Does that make me crazy?
It makes you a mother. Anyway, I'm pretty sure they don't miss us. We owe our lives to the two from the jail who died defending us.
Perhaps it was the other way around. Perhaps the twins killed them while protecting us. We didn't see what happened.
That charming lady, Jenny Klein, showed me a storybook from the nursery. The Emperor and Empress were found dead on the morning of the prince's 21st birthday celebration. Some of the other crew members have told me the rest. Disagreement over which one had done the deed eventually led to civil war. Meanwhile, the Empire has no emperor, only the two warring factions, and they're so consumed with hatred that there's hardly any thought given to the citizenry.
They are fighting because they think we were murdered, but we clearly were not.
No, we were not. I'm told that history books, other than those on the ship, refer to our mysterious disappearance, but the end result was the same.
What if we returned? Could we not convince our subjects to follow us back to peace and prosperity?
Put yourself in the position of the masses, my dear. The Emperor and Empress return after 30 years of absence. And how would you explain that we had not aged in 30 years? We could explain that we time-traveled 30 years. Would you believe a ridiculous story like that?
It would take a lot of convincing.
Exactly.
Cookie, have you made any progress decrypting that file you found in the computer core?
It's an audio file. We've been able to make out a word or phrase here and there. I think the ship was a part of something called a star fleet.
A star fleet? Chances are then they most likely have more ships just like this one. Alright, Addie, send this star fleet a message on all channels.
Cappy, subspace radio uses an array of subspace amplifiers to boost and carry the signal. There's no telling how far it is to the nearest amplifier, or in which direction. It could be years before our signal reaches anyone.
Still, no harm in trying. Alright, send this message. To the members and officials of the Star Fleet, greetings. We've recently become aware of you. We salvaged one of your ships after finding it abandoned but in good condition. We look forward to meeting you someday in the spirit of friendship. From the captain and crew of the Starship Liberty.
I'm not so sure that was the wisest thing to do. What kind of people are they?
Well, they're not likely to come around anytime soon. Besides, how bad could they be compared to the Royals?
Alright.
Robert, why are you on my bridge?
I won't make a habit of it, Captain, but I'm quite literally invested in your current mission. I'd like to be in the loop if you don't mind.
That's reasonable.
Anyway, it seems you're right on time, Mr. Onbert. We're about to enter orbit around Egroth 3.
Make that a high orbit, Tom. Alright, we got you here with 2 hours to spare. If you'll head down to the transporter room, Tim will get you on the surface.
Captain, I would appreciate it if you would put together a small party to, join me.
You're not expecting trouble, are you, Robert?
Oh, no, nothing like that. You see, these men operate on the fringes of the law. As such, they tend to be men of strong character. They respect strength. If I go down there alone, they may see it as a sign of weakness. Anyone who wishes to go with me will be compensated generously.
If you don't mind, sir, I'd like to go. For weeks I've been breaking up minor scuffles and listening to old man Pritchard complain that Bob Kessel cheats at 3D chess. I could use a little excitement. I think I'll go too, Captain. I'd like to see what Umbert's going through so much trouble for.
I think I'll go too. Maybe I can keep you knuckleheads out of trouble.
Add me to the list, Captain.
Dr. English? This could be dangerous. We're all going to be armed.
I'm not some frilly piece of fluff, Captain. I don't have a problem toting a weapon when it's appropriate. Besides, if things get physical, you'll be glad to have a doctor along.
All right, that's 5. That sounds about right.
Daylight's burning, gentlemen. Shall we?
All right, that's all of us. Robert, this is your first time using the transporter, isn't it? Are you ready?
I'm told it's not so bad. Let's go.
Tim, if you're ready, 5 to beam down.
I'll say here, sir.
Be careful, guys. See you in 3 hours or less.
Billy, put your sister down, please. Arnold, the clay is for sculpting, not eating. Cindy, put that back. Put it back this very instant. And do not let it bite Freddy. Oh, dear. Oh, Helen! What a pleasant surprise. How may I help you?
Shelley, please. No need to curtsy. Not anymore. I'm just plain Helen now.
I'm sorry, Your Excellent, Helen. It's a big adjustment. I've read about you and the Emperor since I was a child. I consider myself a bit of an expert, actually.
No need to apologize, Jenny. Please, rise. I just thought I'd drop by and see if I could help. I seem to have a lot of time on my hands these days.
You? Help me?
And me, Jenny. I suggested to Helen that she come here. She misses being busy, being useful, and I think she misses being a mother.
Harold!
Well, it's true.
Jenny, there is one thing you could do for me.
Of course, anything.
I've been told that the late Roger Maynard had a son.
He did. His name is Jeremy, and he's 11 months old.
I would like to hold him for a while.
Certainly. Come with me.
That was quite an experience. Where'd you say you got that ship?
I didn't. Lead the way, Robert. Use the tricorder.
Incredible. This way.
Does the whole planet look like this?
Like what?
Like the bad side of town.
Does the whole planet smell like this?
You know, for a crew that has a reputation for being good in a scrape, you guys sure complain a lot. Not all planets can be picturesque and smell like fresh ale and frostberry pie. I mean, this planet's been through a lot, what with the war and all.
You'll have to overlook these guys, Mr. Onberg. They're long on curiosity and short on manners. But they mean well.
Hold it right there!
Hey, we've come to see Mr. Holgart.
You got a name?
Back off, pretty boy. You know good and well what his name is.
The name is Robert Ombert. I'm pretty sure Mr. Holgart is expecting me.
Follow me.
I didn't think anything could smell worse than the city.
Captain, please. He may be a brute, but there's no call to be rude.
Oh, am I going to give him a complex?
No, his type are less likely to be emotionally scarred and more likely to pull your arms off and beat you to death with them.
I'll try to behave.
You can go in. No, only the Ombert.
By the Egroth rules of negotiation, I am allowed 3 associates and a servant.
And which one is the servant?
The woman, of course.
Hey! I'll serve your ears on a plate.
She's a feisty one.
You got no idea.
Good evening. Mr. Holgart will see you in a moment. Mr. Holgart will see you now.
Stay alert, Sheriff.
Aye, sir.
I wish the captain didn't insist on going on these missions. He's indispensable.
Not to mention, I've grown rather fond of him.
It's more of a negotiation than a mission, really. Not much more than a shopping trip, if I understand it correctly.
You know what I mean, smarty pants.
Yeah, who asked you?
Ow, that really hurts.
Tom, Brody, I have a very large ship incoming. It's headed right toward us.
Can you ID it?
It's Blakan's ship, the Monarch. It should be here in 10 seconds or so.
Shields up! Battle stations.
What heading, sir?
Maintain course and speed. Adrian, has it seen us?
They seem to be ignoring us so far.
What? Blakan isn't taking the opportunity to be obnoxious?
Well, now he's hurting my feelings. Where are the taunts, the threats, the insults?
I got a bad feeling about this. I've got to warn Kruger.
Yeah, took you a sweet time getting here.
Hey, you said midnight. I got 12 minutes to spare.
Kruger.
Those are not allowed. Deactivated a leave.
Weapons are allowed, communicators are not. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm eccentric. It's part of my charm.
May I see the merchandise?
If I can see the credits.
I have a note here for 12 million. I want a demonstration.
No, it's too dangerous.
Hey, I get a demonstration or I walk.
Bring it in, boys. Sit it there. I'll be in the next room. The door is heavily guarded.
Gentlemen and doctor, this is a 1-credit coin. I am placing it on the platform. Let's see. Power. Low. Intensity, high. Density, I don't know. Medium? Okay, activate. Everybody run.
Run? Where? Run? What? Where? What do you mean?
Look at that. That is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
What? 2 coins? After all that, that's all we get? 2 Oh.
Yeah, you see it now, don't you? And if I turn it on again, I got 4 coins, and then 8, and then, well, you get the idea.
What I don't understand is why anyone would ever sell that. Maybe it's like one of those tales, you know, where something's too good to be true. Only this is real, not some tall Hey, who are you? Where'd you come from? I've been here all along. Where'd you come from? I asked you first.
I thought Captain Kruger was trouble enough when there was only one of him. Just hold it right there. Who are you? Lighten up, Stephen. It's just me. I mean, you. What do you mean you're me? I'm me. I've never seen anything so ridiculous in all my life. I got a good mind to leave you here. Or better yet, arrest you for impersonating an officer of the law. Yeah, well, you and what army? Besides, who's to say that I'm not the real Sheriff Westwood? This is hilarious. I've never seen anything like it. It's like the Narcissist's dream.
I don't know who you are, but you're not coming on my bridge. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to keep you off of it, but rest assured I'll do it. Who you think you are talking to me like that? To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm the original or the copy, but we need to be level-headed about this.
Shut up! Thank you. You're welcome. Listen, we can work this out later. Right now, we need to get out of here. She's right. I can't put my finger on it, but I feel like we should.
Thanks, Doctor. Doctor, they're right. We should go. I want one of everybody over here with me right now. Robert, you too. Grab your machine. Get over here.
Which ones?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Flip a coin. Tim, 5 to beam up.
Which 5, Captain? I see 9 of you.
The 5 closest to my location.
Stand by.
Captain, the other 4 signals appear to be you.
They are. Sort of. Beam them aboard. Oh good, I'm in time. I wouldn't miss this for all the world.
I told you before midnight.
I was told you were a patriot.
I'm a businessman, Captain. That's all. You lost the race fair and square.
It is you who have lost, and I'm afraid you will find the cost unbearable.
This bridge is getting crowded. Then I suggest you leave. I have the situation under control.
I have a question for both of you.
Yes?
The question is, which one of you is the real John Kruger? But the immediate question is, which one of you should I take orders from?
Me! Okay, I can see how that can be confusing. All right, look, we're basically the same person. That is, we both have the same values, the same experiences. Everything that makes me, me, also makes him, me. So, my guess is that we're probably going to agree on pretty much everything. So, for now, we'll stick together. Is that all right with you? You knew it would be. Yeah, I guess I did. Anyway, ask a question. One or both of us will answer. If the other disagrees, he'll say so, and then we'll work it out.
That's a pretty lame plan. Yep. Who asked you?
Well, I'm sorry. It's the best I've got for now. Doc, have you been able to come up with a way to tell the original from the duplicate?
No, sorry, Captain. But, for the record, me and my duplicate, could live like this. We'll be able to get completely caught up with our workload.
I hate to break up the party, but a shuttle just left the surface. It's the same one we saw descending a while ago, and it's headed back to the Monarch.
Sir, the Monarch is charging weapons. All weapon systems hot. Prepare to fire.
Aye, sir. My guess is they won't fire until the shuttle is aboard.
That makes sense.
Cappy, we're getting multiple distress messages from the surface. There's hundreds of them.
On screen. Enlarge on those explosions.
That's the town where we met Holgart. They're leveling it.
Blacan. He must have wanted that device, and when he couldn't get it... Why didn't I leave him in that cave to die? Brody, get us out of here, bearing 103 Mark 12, warp factor 5.
Aye, sir. I also suggest a change of course after we're out of their sensor range. It'll make it harder for them to track us.
Good idea. Use your imagination. Be unpredictable.
Thanks for coming, everybody. I know it's really unusual for me to call a meeting, but we've got to address this situation. Sure, we've got some temporary solutions in place, but we've got to talk about the future. For now, you and your duplicates are exactly the same, in appearance and in mindset. But in time, that will change.
You got a point. Well, I won't.
See, it's already started.
Maybe we could avoid each other. You know, I could take the day shift. And I could take the night shift.
It might help, for a while. But we've got to start thinking long term.
There's no easy way to say this, so I might as well just say it. There's only room in my life for one John Kruger. So until we can figure out which one of you is the real, original John Horatio Kruger, I'll be sleeping alone. Sorry, John. Sorry, Bill, but that goes for you too.
English, you need to get this thing figured out. But we need to get it right.
Look, I'm glad everybody agrees we need to get this thing figured out. But we don't need to do it tonight.
Right. Let's sleep on it. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
I'm sorry, Cappy. Both of you. But Brody's right. We can't function like this. What can we do?
First step is for Doc English to find a way to tell us apart, but honestly, I don't know what to do after that. I mean, we could drop the duplicates off on some planet, but they can't leave the ship for the same reason we can't. Yeah, or we could reassign the duplicates to some remote part of the ship, but they're perfectly good crew members and decent people. That seems like a waste of manpower.
And, frankly, feels like discrimination. Well, we're probably not going to solve it tonight. Us and the Kleins will go down to Deck 10. There's a few spare living quarters down there.
Whoa-ho! Don't come leaning in here for a kiss. Not tonight. Oh, look at you. You look like a couple of scolded puppies. All right, one kiss each. On the cheek.
Okay, 524,287, 524,288. There. Oh dear. That's quite a pile. Hey, you, crewman.
Me?
Yeah, you. Come here, please.
Yes, sir?
I wonder if I could trouble you to help me move something. You see, there's 2 piles of credits. If you would help me combine these 2 into one, I would be most thankful. In fact, I am prepared to compensate you generously.
How generously do you have in mind?
Clever lad. How about 100,000 credits?
100,000? That's more than I make in a lifetime.
I am more than happy to accommodate.
Sure, then I'll do it, but if you don't mind...
Yes?
Could you write me a note and, owe me? I'm not sure I have enough room in my quarters.
All right, what's going on?
We've got company. Lots and lots of company.
The good news is they've assumed a non-aggressive posture.
And the bad news?
They're not answering our hails.
That's not so bad.
We're not sure exactly what it means, but they've also made no attempt to contact us. I'm not sure which is worse. If you ask me, we should hit them, and hit them hard. You're an idiot. I'm an idiot. You're the one that thought the replicator was for...
Give it a break, guys! I'm picking up several dozen more ships headed this way. I think some of them are Ablantian, and they're traveling together.
Together? That's not possible. I'm afraid she's right, Captain. I concur. There are 37 more ships on the way, with the 22 that are already here. That's a total of...
Enough to pummel us pretty good. Brody, use your discretion. Plot us a course out of here. Get us to a safe distance as fast as you can. Belay that order. Brody, get us out of here. Just hear me out. We can make a difference right here, right now. We don't have to try and destroy them all. I'm not stupid enough to think we could, but we could do some serious damage to a few ships. Don't destroy them. Just send them limping home. Then one of 2 things will happen. Either they'll think twice before they ambush us again, or the Ablantians will come along and finish what we've started. But we gotta hurry.
The other ships will be within weapons range in 20 seconds.
Whatever we do is going to have to be very, very soon.
We're with you, John. Just give the word.
Same here, Captain.
Cappy, I love you, but we're out of time.
Where'd he go?
Where'd who go?
My duplicate. He was right here. Well, anyway, Brody, set a course. Fast. Get us out of here. Warp Factor 8.
Course set.
Warp drive is online.
Go. Have you learned anything new?
Every time I think these people can no longer surprise me, they manage to prove me wrong. In the past few days, they've been faced with the impossible, and still, they rose to the challenge.
If I had known this experiment would be so difficult, I would not have allowed it. It pains me to hear you go on about the achievements of these creatures. They are not omnipotent. They are not immortal. They are not, in any way I can measure, exceptional.
Ah, but you see, that is what is so impressive. They're none of those things, and yet they persevere. They struggle, and they succeed. We've forgotten what it's like to triumph over the impossible, since nearly nothing is impossible for us.
Very well. I suppose there is some merit to what you say.
Don't laugh. I miss her. Hey, I said don't laugh. She was nice, and she really helped me a lot.
I know what you mean. Mine took my post in engineering while I took the bridge. It was sort of like being in two places at the same time.
Exactly. How about you, Sheriff?
We hit it off pretty well. John was the only one who seemed to have serious issues with his duplicate.
It was just unsettling. I think we all have these internal dialogues, you know? We debate what we should do, we weigh our options, we make a decision. But with him, those dialogues became external. And no matter how hard I tried, it was difficult hearing those other viewpoints coming from somewhere other than inside my own head.
I think all the duplicates would eventually start to drift apart from their original as they began to have their own experiences and make their own decisions. It just happened really fast for you.
Hey, Robert, what have you got there?
1 credit. The 1 original credit. The rest disappeared about an hour ago. Turns out the duplicates that the device creates are perfect in every way, except that they disappear after about 24 hours.
As close as I can tell, it's something to do with the bonds between the atoms. I examined my duplicate down to the molecular level, and everything looked fine. It never occurred to me to examine her at the atomic level.
It's just as well. The results would have been the same.
I keep thinking of that town on Egroth 3. Would the result have been the same if I'd not showed up?
You can't think like that. There was no way you could have known that would happen.
No, I suppose not.
Once upon a time, there were very wise creatures who flew around the galaxy looking for people who were in trouble. One by one, they would rescue them with their magic beams of light and take them to a safe place to live. The planet where our ancestors lived was visited many, many times by the nice creatures. Over a very long time, they scooped them up and brought them here, where they created our empire. And that, my darling, is where we came from.
What if I told you about entertaining other men in our bedchamber?
I couldn't resist. Look how handsome he is.
That's true. He's a fine-looking lad.
He's the son of Roger Maynard, the man who died protecting us on the palace. His mother was killed when his village was attacked from space by the Cantranian forces.
It pains me to see the death and suffering that our sons have brought to our people.
This face that now rests upon my bosom clears my head of all that evil imagery. It fills me with only thoughts of love and duty and hope.
This is the happiest I've seen you since we left Cordia 3. You want to adopt him, don't you?
Would it be so crazy?
We're a little old for that, don't you think?
Maybe so. But little Jeremy is almost a year old and no one has taken him in yet. If we don't, who will? Yes, we may not see him fully grown, but maybe, in the time we have, we can help him to become a good man.
All right, we'll talk to Jenny in the morning. Uh-oh, look, he's awake.
That's fine. I know just what to do.
Lullaby and good night. In the sky, stars are bright. Moons, silvery beams, bring you sweet dreams. Close your eyes now and rest. May the hours be blessed till the skies bright with dawn. When you wake with a yawn.